What's up, guys? Chris here talking about this Klitschko Haye fight that just went down. Vlad Klitschko, that is, against David Haye. The fight, it didn't go the way I'd hoped for. I think a lot of fans hoped for or wanted, but I can't say it didn't go as a lot of people anticipated as well. We wanted a really exciting heavyweight bout, and I think in the end it turned out like a typical Wladimir Klitschko heavyweight bout for the most part. Um, Fairly one-sided, but I think just there was a lot higher level of excitement and anticipation throughout because you felt or believed that David Haye could make something happen at any time, or Klitschko might attempt to, just because all the bad blood heading into the bout. But unfortunately, it didn't really turn out that way. The build-up, the walk-ins, the entrances, aside from David Haye stalling out his entrance initially, the entrances, the ring walks, all that was great, man. It really got me hyped for the fight. From what I was seeing from people on Twitter, they were really hyped for it as well. It seemed like every boxing fan out there was watching this fight. And the first few rounds were pretty entertaining, David Haye seemed to be going for it a lot more than most of Vladimir's recent opponents. Seemed to, look like he was actually going to go for a knockout. But after the first few rounds, his punch output and his activity rate, well, not his activity rate because he was always moving around the ring a lot, but his punch output really waned. And Wladimir didn't do a whole lot either, but Wladimir fought for the most part a fight he typically fights, although he didn't throw his right hand nearly as often as usual, and he didn't even use his jab as much as he normally does. Obviously, one of the things that stood out the most to me was neither of these guys really went for any body punches. Probably the least amount of body punches I can remember in a 12-round heavyweight fight in a while, or any typical heavyweight or championship bout. But I don't know. Just for all the talk going into it, and based on possibilities, for me it was a disappointing fight. There was also the case of the weather. I don't think rain got in the ring, but that could have been a factor. And of course Haye was going down numerous times, saying Wladimir pushed him down. I do think Wladimir pushed him down a few times, whether intentional or not. Of course, Vlad got deducted a point for that by the referee. But then later in the fight, I think it was the 10th round, when David Haye went down, the referee was like, "Nah, I ain't buying it," and he actually counted David Haye. Gave him a count as if he'd been knocked down. I thought that was a little out of place and uncalled for, but it was funny, if nothing else. The HBO commentary crew, Harold Letterman and Larry Merchant in particular, actually killing David Haye for his lack of throwing punches, I guess, in this fight. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, it's easy for them to say that. They're not the ones in there fighting Wladimir Klitschko. But, yeah, in the end, it wasn't the fight that, is going to save, quote-unquote, save the heavyweight division. Granted, heavyweight boxing is very healthy and thriving in Europe, so this fight is not going to hurt it. In America, not so much. And there were a lot of hardcore and casual fight fans watching this, so I don't think this is going to be the fight to bring back heavyweight boxing here in the States, for better or worse. But, yeah, Wladimir Klitschko did his thing, and David Haye didn't do nearly enough to win the fight. But, anyways, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this fight, what you thought about it. Were you disappointed in it? Do you expect more? If so, who do you hang it on? Do you hang it on Haye? Do you hang it on Klitschko, or both? And what would you like to see next for either guy? Think we'll get Haye Vitali if Vitali beats Adamic as expected? And what's next for Vlad? That's it for now, though. What are your guys' thoughts on this fight? I'll be talking about this fight and a lot more on tomorrow's Science Bites Radio Show. Link in the information part of the video as usual, as well as link to my Twitter and ScienceBites.com. That's it for now, guys. Until next time, I'm out.